Hi everyone, I'm trying to log into the storefront server, but I'm not able to see the applications. So I'm going to troubleshoot this problem on this video. So this is going to be a long video because I'm going with the flow. Okay, so I type my credentials and when I click login, it says there are no apps or desktops available to you at this time. Okay, so let's check the services if just to make sure if the services are up or not on storefront server. So let's check the Citrix services. Okay, Citrix subscription services okay, default domain services okay, credential wallet services okay, configuration replication is also fine. Citrix peer resolution is also fine. So services are okay. Let's go to controller. Oh, controller console has this error message. Failed to validate the central configuration service location. Valid delivery controller services were not found at the specific location. Database could not be contacted. Check the status of the database on the SQL server. So this is the key error message. It says check the status of the database on the SQL server. The database server may not be allowing remote connections. Make sure the database server is set up correctly and that the firewall is not blocking the connections. Okay, let's close this. So I have my database services installed on the same server. So let's check the status of database services. Oh, Citrix AD identity service is in stop state. Let's start it. So it's always good to check the services whenever you're doing the troubleshooting. So this is going to take a while, so please bear with me. Seems like it is not going to start, but let us wait and see how it goes. Seems like it is started, which is good. Let me just cross check 1 second. Okay, Citrix AD identity service is up. Let's try to start Citrix Analytics as well. So this is the most common issue you get in any Citrix environment. So if you're working in any project, so you might get some incident saying that users cannot see the applications. So you have to accept the incident and start troubleshooting on it. So So I'm not doing any editing on this video. It will be a long video. Okay, so Citrix Analytics is also started. Let's check the other services. Let's scroll down. Okay. If you remember, it was giving error message about SQL Server. It was asking us to check the SQL Server services. So if you see here SQL Server, it seems to be in down state. Let's try to start the service and see how it goes. Okay, we have successfully started the SQL Server. Let's try to start the SQL Server agent service as well and see how it goes. Okay, looks like it is also started. Okay, all services are looking good for now. So let's go back to storefront server and try to log into the storefront server and see how it goes. Okay, so let's go back to storefront. So every time you make changes, you have to just try to you must try to log off from the machine and try to log in and type the credentials. So I'll type the credentials again. Okay, I've typed my credentials and let's click login. Okay, interesting. It still says there are no apps or desktops available to you at this time. Okay, what's wrong? Okay, let's refresh the services. I just want to make sure if all the services are up or not. Sometimes it goes to stop state. SQL Server Agent, it is stopped. I don't know why. We just started it like a few minutes ago. It is in stop state. Let's try to start the service and see how it goes. Okay, it's running again. Let's refresh. Okay, it seems to be in started state. Okay. Okay, let's try to connect to the controller and see how it goes this time. This is going to take a while. So whenever you get the problem, you always look for the error message and see if you could find any hint. So previously we were getting this error message, failed to validate the central configuration service location. So check the status of the database on the SQL server. So this is the hint to troubleshoot this problem. So let's wait. I hope it comes up. Let's see how it goes. So in this particular machine, I have controller and SQL installed on the same server. But if you see the real-time environment, if you work in any project or in any company. So database is always on a different instance. And even the license server is always on a different instance. Hmm. Hmm. Meanwhile, I just want to cross check few things. Okay, this is my AD server. Okay, the IP address is 192.168.161.83. Looks good. Let's see how it goes. See, this is again is SQL Server agent. It is again in stop state. I don't know why it is stopping, but let's try to start the service. Okay, we have started it. Come on. Okay, in the meanwhile, I'll just go to Zen server. Okay, this is my Zen server. Let me connect to Zen server. Okay, it's already there. This is my VDM machine. I'm just going to start. Okay, it gives some error message. It took a while, but finally this came up with some error message. The server was unable to process the request due to an internal error. For more information about the error, either turn on include exception detail and false either from service behavior attribute or from service debug configuration on the server in order to send the exception information back to the client, or turn on tracing as per Microsoft.NET Framework SDK documentation and inspect the server trace logs. Very interesting. I don't know what this is. Let's click view details. If we can find some hint here. Okay, Citrix console common Citrix aggregation, one or more parallel operations failed. Okay, okay, okay. The server was unable to process the request due to an internal error. Either turn on include exception details and false, either from service behavior attribute or from configuration behavior. This is an interesting error message. Okay, the same thing gets repeated. Mhm. Okay, let's close the error message. Let's close this. Let's go back to services once again. Let's refresh. Let's refresh. Okay, all services look fine. Okay, everything looks fine. This SQL Server agent, if you see, it's again in stop state. Let's try to start this service again. I don't know why. Let's go to properties. Let's go to recovery. Okay, it's always set to, it's a, it's already set to restart the service. Restart the service. Okay. Mm, okay. Let's start it. Let's check if there is any dependency service. Okay. Okay, everything looks good. Okay, let's try to connect to the controller again. Looks okay, but let's see how it goes. It says loading site information if you see. So it means that we are almost there. We are almost there. It should come up in a few seconds. We can see all the options. We will be seeing all the options soon. Yes, yes, it came up. Yes, we can see everything now. So you see machine catalogs, app disk, delivery groups, applications, policies. So it seems like we are connected. Now let's go back to storefront, log in and see how it goes. Okay, let's click on login. I hope we will not see, I hope we will find some applications this time. Okay, I'm going to type my password, login. Perfect. You could log in. Let's check if we can see some applications. Yes. Now we are able to see the applications. We are not getting that error message anymore that we are not able to see the applications at this time. So yes, so these are some troubleshooting steps which we need to follow in a real-time environment to fix the problem. I hope you find this information helpful. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Thank you.